What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Guild of Dungeoneering. My name is Splattercat. Happy to have you here at the Nerd Castle for the next episode so that we can hang out for a little bit and maybe play a character. We haven't played the Chump in a while. Is the Chump any good? That's always what worries me about the Chump, though. Like, it seems like some characters are definitely in a higher tier than the others. Like, the Cat Burglar thus far, I think, has probably been our most successful character. I can't expand the guild yet until we have 500 gold, so we just gotta keep going deeper and deeper down into new, deadly, and danky dungeons. And so here we've wiped out the Goblin Menace. Let's enter the dungeon, and we're gonna defeat the Big Orc. Okay. I'm gonna take the Cat Burglar. We haven't played her in a while. And so I'm gonna take the Cat Burglar, and then I'm gonna take the bonus to physical damage because that definitely plays along with her strengths. She is a DPSer through and through. She's the character you want to take if you like the rogues. Let's go! I like how it's goblins with multiple eyes. It'd be hella funny if the goblins had extra eyes. Like it said goblins with 3 eyes, but then every single one of the goblins had 3 eyes as well. I knew I should have been more careful. We have to defeat the Orc Warlord, and he's back there. So I think I probably don't want to connect these for a while until I get other stuff sorted out. That's the conclusion I'm going to come to here. I'm going to dead end that right there. I'm going to put in a gold pouch, and I'm going to hope that on the next turn we find a level 1 mob. You gotta level up carefully in this game. I do love the way that the game plays you against yourself. Like, if you lose at this game, it's very much your own fault because either you weren't careful. The only way that it's not your fault is if you just get bad RNG and you pull crappy cards. It happens every now and again, but that's actually not been the case very often. It's usually your fault when you lose in this game because it means you're playing it too safe. You're fighting mobs that are too easy for your character. You're doing like this, that, or the other. And if you've got a time limit, I actually like the levels. Normally, I don't like games that have time limits, but this game, I like it when I have a time limit because it forces you to play much more strategically in terms of maximizing the amount of treasure, XP, and gear that you have to get before whatever the terrible thing is that happens. We've got Bite. It's unblockable. I'm going to take... Let's go with Throw Cat. We've already got 3 damage dealt, so whatever. There we go. We'll start this thing off strong, and we're going to go for Pounce on this next one. That should be a very, very easy fight. We are a cat. That is a rat. Hey, how come we didn't get our bonus damage on the second turn? Shouldn't we have gotten from... Oh, it's at the outset of combat. It's not for every attack. It's for the first attack for the first 2 combats. Gotcha. Let's go ahead and do Scratch real fast. Alright, so we got an extra treasure card. That's her ability because she's covetous. You get 4 things to choose from. And all things considered, that is a very, very strong ability. It's one of those abilities that you underestimate how useful it is until you realize that you've had like 3 turns in a row where you got crappy treasure, and 3 extra cards may have given you something that you wanted. I'm going to take Fire Blast for right now, a little bit of extra elemental magical damage, I guess. Probably going to race back over here and fight with the Spider. I'm going to put a skeleton down right there. And then, you know, I think I'm going to take this a little bit roundabout for right now. Let's put you right there in case I need you, and then we'll put you right there. I want to make sure that I level properly before we go up and fight the Orc Warlord. There's going to be a fountain of something down there. We'll go take a look at it in just a minute. Incoming physical attacks. That guy's got frailty. We still have covetous, so we should be able to make this happen. Catnip. 1 damage, and you heal for the... Ew. Okay, so unfortunately, let's just use catnip for right now. Yeah, that'll be fine. And then that'll waste his heal. He's going to try and force me to discard a card right here. I'm going to go Fire Blast now to maybe even out the combat a little bit more. He chose our fast ability to make me get rid of. I'm going to go Pounce. And that's going to give me... Sorry, Spider takes... What did he play last? Scary Spider takes 4 damage. Must have been from Catnip plus the 1 damage or something. We'll throw Cats next. And that should be the end of our battle with the Spider. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. So anyways, got the Ruffled Shirt. We have the Arcane Wand. We have the Paper Crown. I think the... I'm going to go for something defensive right here. We'll take Holy Seal for a minute. Stop killing my monsters. Who said they're your monsters? They came from my hand. I mean, one could reasonably assume that since the monsters came from my hand, maybe they're my monsters. Can I connect that? Oh, I can connect that up top too. That's kind of interesting. I can keep this corridor going on forever. Let's put some gold in that room so that we get a nice little bonus. I'll probably give that the old twisty-turny right there. We're going to fight ourselves a skeleton right now. We'll see if he carries weight like we think he does. He might be just like a skelepound or a skelegram. I don't know, a skelegram? That sounds like the kind of thing you would get. I'll take the Fire Blast right there. He's brittle. Taking 4+ damage causes 2 extra damage. I don't think we're going to be dealing 4 extra damage. That seems very unlikely to me, sir. I'm going to go in right there because it's going to allow us to stay ahead, or at least evened up with him. He's going to do damage, and unfortunately, he's going to heal. Shit, we're getting bad cards right now. Really bad cards. Too many buffs coming through. Way too many buffs coming through. I'd say unblockable right there, but that's going to be the end of the combat for us unless we block something, so we're going to have to go in right there and just hope that we pull something out right here. Got -1 from that. Yeah, we've lost. We're done. Unless we go... Yeah, we're finished. Well, it is what it is. Unfortunately, this is a game of RNG, so take from it what you will. I'm going to go ahead and cut him off because he says the same thing every time anyways. He's actually got a really, really limited vocabulary as far as the bard goes. Back in we go. I'm going to go with the hug and the bottle this time. That sucked. We got really bad cards that time around. Like really, really, really terrible cards. No defensive abilities whatsoever. Although I don't know if the Cat Burglar starts with defensive abilities. That might have been why we lost, because I was waiting on abilities that we don't even have. I will probably go with... We'll bring that over to there. Bring that down to there. Not going to put in a skeleton just yet. Put that in right there. Too many level 2 mobs. I'm going to try and drop a level 1 in for right now. Got a male Cat Burglar this time around. I think I'll probably go for a... Let's put in... you, I guess. We'll put in you over here, and our character can just pick where he wants to go, I guess. Almost said she, but whatever. We could put that in right there. Or we just put it in right there, but then we run the risk of going over here too early. What level is he? Scary spider right there. So E10, we got ourselves... Oh, that's a little bit of a terror. Your name is Eaton? That's not good if you're going to be in the monster fighting business. So once again, we find ourselves up against defensive abilities, unfortunately. 2 damage done right there because of Frail. I'm going to go in for Throw Cat again so that we can finish him off on the next turn. And hopefully we find something here that's going to allow us a defensive ability or two. Down goes the first enemy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I'm going to go for the wooden stool because that's going to give us a couple of defensive abilities, and I think that's probably the smartest way to go based on what happened last time. We're going to go down there and fight with that monster on the next turn. I think I would like to... Let's dead end this out, I guess. We'll put in another spider. And then... maybe a skelly over there. And we just gotta hope that he doesn't go after that one. I mean, the skeleton's a little bit tougher. There's definitely some variance in the toughness of the monsters that are level 2. Like, some level 2 monsters are not a threat at all, and other level 2 monsters are just a nightmare. So I'll probably go for Throw Cat right here, because he's gonna make me throw something out next. He's gonna go with Anger. I'm gonna go with Pounce. That should allow us to stay ahead in the DPS race, or the DPT race, I guess. We're gonna go with Throw Cat on there, and that's gonna be another goblin down. I don't even know if you get XP for monsters that are lower level than you. That's not something that I'm aware of. I'm gonna go after, let's go with the Straitjacket just for the extra HP. That'd be really, really nice to secure our long-term survivability. He's gonna kill off a few more monsters. He's gonna go around that way, unfortunately. Well, if he's gonna flip around and do that, then I'm gonna force him to fight a couple more spiders before I allow him to succeed at that task. And then we can go with... let's make a dead end right there, too. I'm going to try and develop this dungeon a little bit better. Alright, so another spider. Unfortunately, I'm breaking the Concord right now. We have... Drain is going to be up first. I am going to use Catnip, and he can drain me all he wants, I guess. I'm not going to let him successfully use that heal, though. On that side, he's going to play Drain again. Damn it. Okay, well, it looks like I'm not going to have a choice. His cards are coming up better than mine are. We'll go... unblockable right there. Weird hybrid abilities that these spiders play all the time. With Frail being the thing that we've got to deal with, I figure we should be able to muscle through him pretty quickly. Keep an eye on Eaton's HP and see if maybe we can... I don't know if we can actually level up to 3 with Eaton. Got a Cuppa right there. I'm going to take the Twig. Yeah, I'm going to take the Twig for right now. It's not much, but it's something. Before we go up against... so if I put those right there, is he going to go back after him? Or, yeah, so I guess the level 1 coin is not going to be enough to entice him away from a monster that's otherwise level matched. I would say... Put in a corridor right there. What harm could it do? And then my goal is to ping pong back after we kill the skeleton and hit level 3. And I'll try and fill this up with more trash mobs so that we can level up a little bit better. It may work, it may not, I don't know. We still might succumb to the skeleton over here. He's definitely a skeleton, a skelemultiton. Either way, let's go with... Ew. Let's go with Throw Cat, I guess, and we'll get 2 damage out of that, I suppose. On the next one, we'll go with... let's go with Repel. There's no reason for us to play anything else. We've got Neurotoxin right there. I'm going to go with Damage because I don't really want to use Catnip right now because he's a frail enemy. I mean, Catnip's good, it's just not that good. And then we'll finish him off right here, and that'll be the end of that combat. Keep watching to see if he hits 3, but I don't think he has. We need a hat right now if we wanted to make this even better, although the bone thingy-madoobie right there would be better than our... So we could get an HP or we could get some more abilities. Smash is pretty good. I do like Smash a lot. We get a stupidity check, though, which is a little bit nerve-wracking. Let's go with the helmet. It's an empty slot. I mean, both of the things right there that we were aiming for, they don't have any real downside, but what I'd like to do now is we'll take a troll and put him right there, and then a skeleton and maybe put him right there so we can level up a little bit further. I think we're probably going to need it up against the Orc Warlord. So, Eaton is up against the skeleton. We actually have equal HPs, though. We might be able to pull this one through. I think our gear is a little bit better this time. He's going to use Anger. I'm going to play... Actually, if he's going to hurt himself, I'm not going to worry about it. We'll let him do his thing, because that sets me up for actually a pretty good DPS. Yeah, I'd use Throw Cat right there. And we're not going to trigger, unfortunately, his 4+2 thing. He's going to use Headbutt right there. I'm going to go for Slam, and he can just like suffer that damage any way that he wishes. On this side, we've got, I'm going to preempt him. We'll go with Scratch, and we should be able to win that very, very easily. That'll take us up to level 3, which will be super awesome. I think we have an opportunity now to swap in something better, so we're going to lose Slam, but we're going to gain Dice, which is basically just a better version of Slam anyways, and we'll get another 2 damage melee attack out of it, so I'm going to take the Scimitar for right now. Definitely an upgrade versus a tiny little piece of wood. I'm going to throw a gem down in there, too, just to sort of entice him along, and then I'll put in the Bear Owl right there. On this side, we need to start making a little bit of advancement, so I'm going to go that single corridor right there. I'm going to try and force him to go around this way, but if we get back over to here, we've already leveled up enough. I'll make something right there so that we can go up and in, assuming we get a left-facing, or we get a west-facing T-joint. That'll be fine. Parry, so we got 2 damage coming in. I'm going to go... You know, honestly, the best thing we can use right there is Pounce. Otherwise, we're just going to waste a card that deals 2 damage for a card that does 1 damage. And he's going to land that right there. So I'm going to use Throw Cat before he gets rid of it. That'll even the combat out. And so he's going to leave me with Stupidity and Catnip. I'm going to use Catnip real fast and hope that we end up replenishing our hand. But if we don't, it is what it is. We only have Bash, so I'm going to play Stupidity right there and let him get a little bit ahead. And hopefully we can cover up the difference very, very soon. That'll be nice. We'll go with Strike right there. And so we should get 2 damage back out. Yeah, that'll even up the combat. We've got... I'm going to use Repel on that Anger right there, even though I think it probably might be a mistake. He might play something big against me. He's going to play Drain right there, so I'm going to play that one. Not going to be that helpful, but it's something. And then Scratch should allow me to put him out. Yeah, on this turn. So there it is. Just barely. The Skeleton, you never know with those guys. They're actually... one of the nastier, tougher mobs you go up against. I don't think that I really want any of these, so I do have a lot of stupidity checks right now. I think I have 3 in my deck at the moment. I think I'll probably just take the gold, and we'll go back this way, and hopefully we'll be able to farm something better out. Got a Ratman and a Scorpion. What does a Scorpion do? He's got 8 HP. How much do I have? I have 9, so we start out a little ahead, but I bet he uses poison or something. It might be a better plan just to cut straight through here and then put the Scorpion right there. Sort of coax him along that way. Yeah, so we'll take the free stars. And actually, he's going to stop his turn right there, which I didn't expect. I figure... let's hold on to what we have for right now. Maybe put something right there. Throw like an owl into it. And then maybe go up from there. We'll see what happens. Alright, so Eaton's going to be up against a Scorpion. It doesn't look like he poisons, but I thought maybe many of his abilities would be poisonous. He's got Head Blow, and unfortunately, not much I can do there. I'm going to hope that he gets rid of Catnip, but I don't think he will. Oh, he did. He threw out Catnip. Weird choice, but sure, go for it, pal. Do 2 more damage right there. It looks like this is going to be a straight DPS race. He's going to discard another one of my cards right there. He's just annihilating my hand. I'm going to go for a no-block attack right there, and then we just kind of have to hope the next couple cards line up in a way that's beneficial to us. Ah! It did. Good. RNGesus is on our side. RNGesus, preserve me now. Alright, so we've got Restore. We could take the Bone Armor. With the Masquerade Mask right there, we would lose a little bit of health, but we would get some much-needed magical defense. Although I don't think we're going to be up against magical defense with the Orc Warlord. I think that sounds a little bit unlikely. We don't lose anything if we put that on. We keep the HP, so we might as well take those. See where this all goes. He's going to go up and around that way, so I might as well encourage that course of action. Yeah, that's going to be just about all that we can accomplish here. I can drop that in right there, I guess, but meh. That's just in the interest of making like a bigger, badder, awesomer dungeon. Alright, up against the level 2 Null. Not going to be that bad, actually. This should be a pretty easy combat. I love our armor right now. We look like a badass. Everybody loves furry armor. Who doesn't love furry armor? Furry armor is the best. Like the random furs and things you get are like, you'd be looking like a badass up in there. Head Blow. I actually don't have a lot of defensive abilities now that I'm, like, every single time. We're just suffering. If these guys have things that drain our abilities off, we are having a lot of trouble right there. I'm going to heal for 2. And just continue taking you out, and then I'm going to preempt using Scratch. I think we do have the DPS superiority, though. I do like some of the abilities we have. So that's going to get rid of Slice and Dice, but it'll give us Refresh. Wow. Your HP becomes 6 on the quickness. That's a really, really major, like, GTFO spell. That's going to be one of those ones that kind of resets the combat if you're having trouble. You can go with Counter, but we'll lose both of those. Stiletto will lose Dice, and with our Headpiece we'll lose HP, but we'll get Defense. That's the only one right there. It appears as though the abilities actually have, like, I think the weapons level up too, so like level 1 clubs can actually have different abilities on them. It's got Growth 3, which is kind of weird. That's a good ability right there. That's a really, really good ability. I mean, we're losing a lot of DPS capability, but that Refresh ability is clutch. So we're losing a 2 damage attack, but we're getting a major heal. I'm going to try it. I don't know if I'm going to be successful, but I'm going to try it. I'm going to go in here. We're going to get cursed, unfortunately. Hero gains Stupidity 2 on the next fight. It may be smarter then for me to do something like this and go around that shrine and fight the same Scorpion right there, because I don't want Stupidity 2 on the next fight. Forward to shiny loot. We must take this further. We must fight furiously. Okay. From what I can tell, the enemy likes to get rid of catnip, so I'm going to feed it a catnip right now in the hopes that we work our way out the other end. I do wish you could pass a turn and do nothing if you had no cards. I'll probably just throw out Restore, because that'll offset the damage he's about to do. Got Claw right there. I'm going to put in with a Slam, I think. I'll probably block Head Blow, because I can't afford to lose any more hand variety. That's going to be a Restore. It's going to heal for 2. I wish that I didn't have to play an ability right now, and that I could just suffer the damage and let him heal. Ooh, that's a nasty attack. Kind of special in it. Alright, well, I'll offset that a little bit. Block that right there, and then we'll go for the kill on the next turn. There's that ability right there. That's a really cool ability. That's definitely just kind of like a middle finger to the enemy. If you're sitting at like 1 HP and you play that thing, pretty awesome. Can be helpful. Let's go ahead and finish this off. I don't know how we're going to do against the big orc. Maybe we'll be okay, maybe we won't. It's a little bit of a weird situation for me right now. We could take the Heater Shield and get a couple of Flame Lashes. We'll lose defensive abilities. I personally would very much like to get something up in here. Like, there's so many magical cards that we have. Like, I'm really having trouble populating our defensive abilities. I probably should have came in with the Warrior here. We're going to lose all of those right there, but we get an extra HP. We'll lose an HP right there. How many HPs do we have? We have 10. Versus, how many does this dude have? I wonder, 11 I think he had. Take the winged staff. We lose a whole bunch of stuff. I think I'm just going to take the gold on that one. I like our equipment set so far. And I think everything there is a side grade, and none of it's really going to vary our strategy much. We'll put that in there, and then we just kind of got to hope that this whole thing goes off. I don't know what some of his abilities do. He's got predictable, though, which is good, which means we can plan a couple turns out. But we have no way to block physical damage right now, so we could still lose this on the back 9. It's very, very possible. We're not out of the woods yet. See what we got. So we started with Refresh, which is actually not bad. Not bad at all. I'm going to take Catnip right here. We didn't get any abilities, though, so that's a little bit troublesome. That's going to be 3 damage there, -1. I can deal 3 using Catnip right now. On the next turn, though, he's going to go stupid. Well, let's try it. So there it is. That's going to take us almost down to even health. He's going to play Stupidity right there. On the next turn, he's going to play that. Which means that I'll probably go 2 right there. We'll deal some more damage to get ahead. He's going to play a hit for 3. Oh, we got Repel! On the right turn, we got Repel. Oh my god, I thought I was going to have to play Catnip and then use Refresh on the next turn. Let's go Repel. Keep that from happening for a minute. He's going to have Parry up on the next turn. You know, I'm just going to take the damage because I have like a hard reset on this combat. So basically, I've got all the cards and he's got nothing unless he makes me discard it on the next turn. So I would say we take the 2 right here and we go for an unblockable slam. That puts him down to 1. Then we play Refresh right here as a bit of a safety net. He deals damage, he gets a stupid check, and then we finish this thing off. And so that went about as well as we could have hoped for it to go. Like, that couldn't have gone much better.
Oh, look, it's your Dungeoneer who survived. Just look at the joy. I'm so teary-eyed. Do you think that they'll all come back alive? Well, I suppose if they don't, then at least they all tried.
Alright, so I'm going to break the episode off right here. Once again, I've had those power outages all day, so I'm trying to make sure that the footage does not get corrupted. It's unfortunately just one of those things. I prefer to go for a couple more minutes, but it's just like weird. I will see you all in the next episode. How you do, everybody? Guild of Dungeoneering. You should check this game out if you like board games, if you like card games. I think that I think it combines both pretty well. Anyways, I'll see you later. How you do, everybody?